Hello, my name is Dr. Andrew Mitchell. I'm Head of School for Sports Science and Physical Activity here at the University of Bedfordshire. Let me show you around. We have 116 years of legacy of teaching sport and physical education here in Bedford. All of our staff are fellows of the Higher Education Academy and they're accredited to the professional teaching scheme. They have PhDs and significant industry experience to help you with your education. A number of our degrees are accredited. Our 3 sports and exercise science-based degrees are accredited through BASES, which is the British Association of Sport and Exercise Sciences. Our health, nutrition and exercise degree is accredited through the Association for Nutrition. And our sports therapy and rehabilitation degree is accredited through BASRAT, which is the British Association of Sport Rehabilitators and Trainers. A number of our other degrees work with organisations like the Youth Sports Trust and Street Games. We've been doing some really interesting research in recent years, working with organisations such as Heart Research UK, Virgin Active and the RFU. We've done quite a lot of research in and around football with UEFA, FIFA and the FA, and we've recently done some consultancy with New Balance. We have a massive focus and push on employability. All of our degrees have a professional placement year, which used to be called a sandwich year, and that's where you take a year out between year 2 and 3 to go and get professional work experience in a sector of your interest. If you don't want to take that extra year, we can support you and help you find work experience, internships and volunteering opportunities to enhance your CV. Basically, we want to help you get a degree when you leave university. We don't just want you to get a degree. The employability skills are absolutely essential. Here's a good opportunity for you to see the employability skills that we can push in and around your degree. So this is one of our students. In her first year, she had a strength and conditioning internship at Bedford Blues Rugby Club. In her second year, she worked as a fitness consultant at La Santa in Lanzarote in Spain. She then took a professional placement year and spent 9 months with Western Force Rugby in Australia before spending some time at Hong Kong International School. She came back for her third year where she did her dissertation at Saracens and she spent a day a week working at RPX, which is a local fitness company. And before she graduated, she had a role at University of Bristol. Here's some other opportunities for you to get experience with working in the community in sport. So we work very closely with Luton Town Football Club and their academy, and we host lots of their events. We work very closely with Beds FA and we host their coaching conference. We have a stall and we have an influence at the Bedford Running Festival, and we also lead on Beds Talks, which is a community conference scheme. A lot of our students are interested in working with members of the public, so not elite athletes. So we have something called a community exercise clinic where people with different comorbidities such as obesity and diabetes and cardiovascular disease come onto campus, and our students, once you're qualified, get to work with them in the gym and in the sports hall, increasing their physical activity. It's been a great success. But you might have dreams of working with elite athletes. Here are 2 elite Ironman triathletes doing work in the humidity chamber, the heat environment chamber, just before they went out to Kona, Hawaii for the Ironman World Championships. And you can see a member staff and students behind the screen there keeping an eye on them. We have immense student support. So every student gets a personal academic tutor, which is a member staff who keeps an eye on you throughout your degree. You also have a peer assisted learner. So a student above you, a year above, who keeps an eye on you and helps out when you might need them. And then also in your third year, you get a dissertation tutor. So that's someone who helps you with your dissertation. You see the ladies behind the desk there, and the ladies in student support will help you with everything from student finance, student engagement, and also student health and welfare. So get in touch with them if you have any issues. We have amazing labs. Our 6 labs are BASES accredited, and they're temperature controlled and they're bespoke and purpose built. They're amazing. We also have an environmental chamber, which you just saw a photograph of, and we have a nutrition research kitchen and 2 molecular and cellular physiology laboratories. Here's one of the sports science labs in action with an anatomy practical in the far lab, and then in the near lab, they're doing some downhill running on one of our high-speed treadmills. This is one of our students doing work in the molecular and cellular physiology lab. That will be for some of his own personal research as part of his degree. We have an amazing new sports arena. So some of your practical sessions will take place in here, depending on what degree you're in, but also if you play sport for the university, so basketball, futsal, netball, volleyball, this will be the arena where you play. It seats 450, but you've also got facilities outside as well. Just put in some brand new basketball courts, netball courts and tennis courts for you to use. And we have 3 new sports injury clinics. So these clinics are in a separate building just on their own. And yes, we have our own ambulance. We do a lot of research outside of sport and physical activity, much more towards health. And you can see some of the organisations we've got funding from before here. So Public Health England, Medical Research Council, Diabetes UK. So there's lots going on if you're not just into sport and performance. But if you are, here's a slide. It's one of my favourite slides. This slide shows a logo of all the football teams our students have recently got roles with. So Arsenal all the way through to PSV Eindhoven, LA Galaxy in the US. But again, you might not be interested in football. You might be more interested or have a bigger focus around rugby. Here's a slide which shows the logos of some of the rugby teams our students have recently got roles at. Equally, you might want a career in sport or health with other sports such as cricket, tennis, volleyball, hockey, squash, racquetball, and you can see from this slide the different organisations that our students have got roles in. But you might not necessarily want to work in sport. You might want a career in lecturing. And a number of our students stay on, do an undergraduate degree with us, a master's and then a PhD, and then they've gone to have lecturing roles at these universities. Equally though, you might want to broaden your horizons and work outside sport or physical activity. So we have students who work in the healthcare sector, in the police, the military, travel and tourism. There's lots of opportunities, but the big thing here is you see at the bottom, 97% of our graduates are in work or further study within 6 months of leaving us. Basically, we have degrees that challenge you. We push you and we prepare you to lead, innovate and question current assumptions. We encourage you to think out the box and develop a greater understanding by studying a range of disciplines and also by mixing with students from other degree areas as well within our school. We want to train you and support you to understand and evaluate the views of others, but also develop your expertise and enhance your employability. Remember, you can't just graduate from university with a degree, you need employability skills too. There's lots of opportunities to go on field trips and international exchanges subject to COVID, but hopefully that'll be sorted by the time you come onto campus. We really look forward to seeing you. Hope to see you soon.